Namaste everyone. We at Advaita Academy welcome you all to the 1 month long Oneness Festival, a global celebration of Adi Shankaracharya ji. In this unique session, we have a live talk by Sri S.K. Jayakumar ji on Vedanta for Joyful Life. Oh, what a subject. Fantastic. Which will be followed by another live session by Sri C.S. Yogananda ji on Madhaviya Shankar Digvijay Sar. So please sit back and enjoy. And for the new attendees, we have 4 different sessions every day. 2 in the morning, 6 a.m. Indian Standard Time, and 2 in the evening, 6:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. We have also an extra music session on weekends, so please do join us for all the sessions. Sri S.K. Jayakumar ji started the Sai Paduka Yoga Spiritual Study Center at Bangalore in 2010 after reaping the benefits of practicing yoga for more than 20 years. This center, authorized by Swasa, I'm pronouncing rightly or not, I don't know, but the English pronunciation is Swasa, is now a deemed yoga university. Jayakumarji has trained over 4,000 students from various work streams from India and abroad. He studied Vedanta for more than 10 years with Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji and Swami Paramarthananda ji. He is the author of a book, Own Yourself and Enjoy Completeness. Jayakumar ji has also developed a total personality development program named Comprehensive Health Educational Curriculum, which incorporates all his learnings and teachings. A native of Kerala and educated in Coimbatore, Jayakumar ji is chemistry graduate with postgraduate in packaging technology UK. Prior to starting the yoga center, he served in Hindustan Unilever Limited in various units, but took voluntary retirement due to loss of eyesight at a very early age. He learned basic computer operations with speech software at National Association for Blind Bangalore and went on to educate and do social work, winning many awards. You may type in your questions and comments in the chat box for Jay Kumarji, and I will to pass them on to him at the end of this talk. I now request Sri Jay Kumarji to please start his talk. Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Jay Kumarji, over to you. I will mute myself and I will.
शंकराचार्य मध्यमा अस्मदाचार्य पर्यंत वंदे गुरु परंपरा. Namaskar to everyone. Respected scholars and seekers of the self. I bow down to the Almighty for His blessings, and I pay my gratitude to the tradition, Acharya Parampara, for the teaching, and I thank the organizers of this global oneness festival for giving me a chance for sharing some of the benefits which I experienced myself in this occasion of Sri Shankara Adi Shankara Jayanti celebrations. Now, in the materialistic world, there are a lot of attractions and distractions. And also, there are religious paths and spiritual pursuits. Amidst all these things, Adi Shankara's interpretation of Vedanta has got the inherent power to make the prepared student understand the subject matter, very subtle subject matter. And also it has got the force of escape velocity, which is to be created inside the mind of the seeker to transcend beyond the mind and understand one's higher nature, cognitively accept it and own it up to get the best benefits in the life, and also to get out of the samsara cycle, particularly when Adi Shankara's teachings are explained by the most revered and renowned world Vedanta teachers like Puja Swami Dhyana Saraswati and also Puja Swami Paramarthanandaji. Now coming to the today's topic of today, Vedanta for Joyful Life. I have to tell some information in advance so that you will not think that I am deviating from the subject. First thing, I did not study Hindi and Sanskrit, so my Sanskrit pronunciation may not be perfect, so I ask apologize. Then second thing, I have to refer some of the things happened in my life. Unless I tell frankly, the benefits of Vedanta will not be projected to the extent that I expect. One more thing, I have to go back and come forward in my life for clearly telling the impact of Vedanta in my life. I hail from a religious family, and at the age of 11, I was performed Upanayanam at Puttaparthi in the divine presence of Sri Satya Sai Baba. Then, at the age of around 28, I got married with Mahalakshmi. She also happened to be a student of Balavikas, another Sai organization. These are all got some relevance. That's why I am referring. Then, four things were inherent to me. Most of my life, they were all helpful to me. One is conscience, manasakshi. Second is creativity. From the childhood means from the age of around 15 onwards, the high school. Then third is some courage. Most of the time it was there, sometimes it was low, that I will tell you. Then I used to take calculated risk. These are the important things, some more things are there. So after education and employment, my main life went in North India. It was all fine. Then we were blessed with a daughter also one child, Sai Darshana. During the 30s, I had developed some kind of difficulty in the evening hours after 6 o'clock. Previously, I did not have any typical eye problem other than specs during college hours, and I used to drive two-wheelers also. But in 30s, when I found this problem, along with the normal eye checkup, they noticed incurable disorder. It was told to me. Then, but I was managing my work and everything. During those periods, in 30s, I had to come back to South India and settle in Bangalore. There were some conflicts in the mind for leaving different types of job in there and here. Along with that, I had to start a life in Bangalore, and while coming from north to south, for the second time in our life, all our earnings, possessions were washed out by a robbery. First calamity was burglary when I was studying in school. So these are all the things to so that the benefits of Vedanta will be known very clearly. So when we started our life in Bangalore, we started from the negative bank account. It was okay. It was going on. Afterwards, because of creativity, I was taken from the normal technical job to a development laboratory in the corporate office of the erstwhile Brookbond India Limited, which became Hindustan Liver, then now Hindustan Unilever. So it was some good period in the development lab. But the disorder noticed in the eyes increased, and I had to compromise my career. I did not mind. I was educating my juniors. They were getting promotions. I was not bothered. So that itself shows a bit of karma yoga approach with satisfaction. Then this eyesight problem increased and increased and increased. I was not able to try. I had to stop. Then during the mid of 30s, there I had to undergo a eye surgery suggested by my own ophthalmologist. He assured about 10 to 15% increase in the eyesight. During that period, that is the end of the previous millennium and the beginning of this millennium, last few months of 1999 and 2000 few months, I was having unusual apprehensions. Then I was baffled. Then I was having confusions. Then I was having almost depression also. The reasons were not only one, more than one, but I was not able to express. During this period, the surgeon suggested the surgery. I was not only not interested in other things, the surgery also I was not interested. But somebody fixed the date. Then countdown started in my mind. That is, still I remember the 11th day of 2000. So the year 2000 started with tremendous pressure on me, and I was counting down. I tried my best to prevent the surgery. My wife was helpless. She was working and everything. So the 11th day came. Surgery was performed. Then after that, within 1 year, I was declared total blind. That is the onslaught of the prarabdha karma. Final onslaught. Afterwards, there was something good for me kept by the Lord. So during that period, the creativity gave me a hand. So I planned what can be done for 20-25 years more without eyesight. So the idea came, I can market inner garments and related products. So I started end consumer oriented distribution system and went from apartment to apartment and also in different festivals and everything and marketing this. And at the time my wife was working, she used to help me on weekends, and my daughter was everything for me. She was my legs and hands and my ideas also. So it was going on for 8 years. It was a wonderful activity because a blind person doing these things and supporting the blind association. I joined the blind association also and learned some basic computer operation. So a portion of the proceedings were passed on to the blind association. Noticing this, many media people asked for interviews, coverage, and TV coverage, and even Governor of Karnataka gave an appreciation letter. These are all okay. But my approach was a stronger karma yoga. I was getting satisfaction from the work because it was not for earning purpose. It was keeping me busy in a positive way. When this was going on, I did not stop trying back to get my eyesight. Yoga came into my life because I was an asthma patient for 40 years. Then I got cured from the asthma because of pranayama, a part of yoga. In about a few days, unbelievable, but I got cured. So for eyesight also, I went to Yoga University, SVSR. They tried their best, but could not help. Meanwhile, the top people of SVSR were coming to know about my activities of end consumer oriented distribution system in newspapers, and they a little later it was they gave an authorization letter that I can share some specific techniques of yoga like meditation, stress management, and those things which are not related to eyesight. So I got an authorization letter from university for sharing. I went for eyesight, I got something else. Similarly, one more thing happened. I was knocking the doors of all alternate therapies also from Delhi to South. So I was told that there's a Ayurvedic hospital in Kerala, Sridharyam. I went there for my eyesight. By the time I started to listen the Bhagavad Gita slokas because I was a music lover. So there were some there was a program of Swami Vidya Bhushan. So he has sung in ragas. So I got that CDs from my yoga guru. So I was listening the Bhagavad Gita slokas in different ragas whenever I want to relax. So this was happening in the hospital also. So in the hospital, morning and evening treatments would be there. And meanwhile, the 4 or 5 hours, I used to listen this slogas non-stop. So one day it so happened that one lady, about 20 years younger than me, came to my room and asked about my interest in Bhagavad Gita. This is the starting period of the spiritual pursuit. Then I was happy to talk to her. I told her I am interested to know what Bhagavad Gita says. Then she told me she is the disciple of Puji Swami Dhyananda Coimbatore. Then I was more fascinated because I hail from Coimbatore. Then I told her I need to know the thing which Bhagavad Gita and Vedas tell for human. She told me she will help and I get some for copying amount. And then I told that I will collect some of the CDs when I visit Coimbatore because it was a periodical visit there in Coimbatore. So during one of my visit to Coimbatore, I went to her and asked for some of the lectures. Though she was prepared to give, she told a little this thing, that is there are the revenues of the ashram. Then I told I want for my personal purpose. There the push from within me that I want to know the truth. The quest for the truth was so strong at the time, and I was about to tell or hint, I'll just tell you that I told if I don't get it, I will stand in front of your house full night. Then immediately she told she did not mean, and she copied and gave my sister-in-law and my wife. This happened in. This is a urge I had to know the truth. Then the journey in the spiritual started. I was go on listening the Bhagavad Gita's meaning by Puji Swamiji, then Swami Paramathananda's also, and also Upanishads. And it went on for a very long time, 10 years, Prasthanatraya and some more than 50-55 Prakarana Granthas, Adishankara Bhashyam, explained by these two great saints. So now I will be mixing the benefits also and go through the things. Then I will come back again to the previous years. If time permits, I can have a second round of talk about benefits of Vedanta. So after a few years of listening of Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita, I went to Swami Paramatmananda once in Chennai and met. And I told him there is some change in my mindset. That is a tranquility, a pleasantness. As if we are approaching a hill station, we feel physical pleasantness. This kind of mental pleasantness was there. Then he told me that is fine. And he told me to proceed. Then I used to go to Coimbatore. So I met Puji Swamiji also. And he also told me to go deeper into the study. And he advised me, because of my eyesight is not there, I need not stay in the ashram and continue my studies in my place. So two activities were going on. One is e-cards and another is spiritual progress. One was supplementing the other. Because that is a karma yoga, this is the quest for the truth, search of truth. So the progress was designed by Lord. So I was getting more and more benefits. This was going on. And then actually it happened that after about 4 or 5 years of contemplative study, means I used to listen word by word, sentence by sentence, and the immediate meaning or dictionary meaning, then implied meaning also, Vakyartha and Lakshyartha. If any interruption, I will stop, go back, listen. And I used to take notes in the cassette recorders, important points. It so happened that I was sincere, I did not refer much of the notes. So because of this contemplative listening, some more changes happened in my mind. And on 2 occasions, after 5-6 years of study, it was a memorable thing, but I will tell you the important thing. 2 occasions in the period of about 6 months, in the midnight, total luminous light, glorious yellowish green or greenish yellow, golden yellow light, nothing else in my closed eyes. It's not a dream, only light. But when I opened my eyes, slowly went away. Everything went away, only pitch dark. So this happened twice. I asked in one of my meetings with Swami Paramatmananda, this is what the greatness of Swamiji. He told me, Jayakumar, please ignore it. You continue your studies. That was a great advice to me. Otherwise, I will be after this mystic experiences. He directed me so nicely, then I continue my studies. It was going on nicely. Then another occasion, I met Puja Swamiji. So I told I am having a lot of contentment in my mind and pleasantness, and also a kind of high satisfaction. It's called Purnatvam, so I told. So afterwards, whenever he locates me, he used to call from a distance. He was having eyesight to locate, but from a distance of 10-15 feet, in Tamil he used to tell me, Purnatvam Mango. Still I remember. So people used to tell my escort to take me to him. So this was the beautiful occasions. I can never forget the love and affection of Pujiswami Anand Saraswati. But if I tell more benefits, I may go into emotional. Then I pray. This happened 3-4 occasions, because in Tamil we say Ananda Kannir. So that should not block my flow of talks. So let me pray that I should not become emotional. So this was going for many years. So after about 9 years, my niece and nephew told me to put them in the computer. So I started keying in without screen, without eyesight, whatever in my mind I was keying in. and it became a big volume of about 200-300 pages. I went with the draft to Puja Swamiji and told him this is his gift to me. He has given me through him and through Swami Paramatmananda. He kept the book draft for a few days, and with his own way of love and affection, he called me and he told me that he has written his comments. Anyway, this is there in the book, Own Yourself, Enjoy Completeness. So that one was, briefly I can tell you, he has written that you have understood this subject and you can present in the form of, with the support of science. Because I took a lot of scientific and logical support. And also he told me to get validation to the scientific support. I was only a graduate, technical in packaging, but this requires high studies in physics. And also he told me to get a professor who has got some Vedanta knowledge also. Again, my daughter helped me to Google out, and I got the acquaintance of the ex-director of Tata Institute for Fundamental Research, who was guiding quantum physics students in Bangalore in NIAS. I think it is National Institute of Advanced Studies. So I went to him 2-3 times, once to his house also. He kept the book for 1 month. He went through and he has given his comments also. Then altogether, this book was ready, and one of our panelists, I am very grateful to him, Professor V. Krishnamurthy. He has also put his comments. Then with all these things, the book was bound and Puja Swamiji released in the Yoga University. So these things increased my benefits from level to level. And after that, the one more incident happened, that I was giving some kind of small lectures about the benefits of Bhagavad Gita, which was almost a part of my life. One of the Gita Jayanti, I had a talk. Then this one who presided over was from Prashanti Nilayam. Then I told I want to send to Swami Sathya Sai Baba also one copy. He took it, and somehow he reached to Swami Bhagavan. Then he told me Swami has kept it. Then I had a thought, because when the Upanayam was done when I was 11 years, I had seen a small booklet with his Sai Baba's signature with Love Baba. So why or not he would have given me, I thought, but he kept it with him. But when I was supposed to undergo a small surgery for hernia, I went to a place in Bangalore, scientist or a DRDO scientist, and kept another copy of this book. And my wife is a leading bhajan singer. She sang a bhajan, and there were splashes of sacred ash all over and on the so. After one bhajan, just 2-3 minutes, when we removed that vibhuti, there was a signature of with Love Baba. So that book has given me another endorsement of Swami also. So these are all gave me a lot of satisfaction. And after that, the yoga activities increased, and I had to slowly stop the e-cards activities because running around was too difficult. Then in the yoga, the benefits started one after another. So here I can tell about starting the benefits. So initially, the lightness and clarity of thinking, and indirectly it became productive and positive, high positivity of the mind and productive in the field of yoga. So this comprehensive health educational curriculum I developed started giving benefits to the people. And now Sai Paduka Yoga Center is one of the top yoga centers in India, and it became possible only because of the spiritual progress, because the benefits are like that. No, this creates a kind of mindset where that doership is reduced or nullified. Though there is a sloka in Bhagavad Gita, Prakrite Kriyamanani Gunaihi Karmani Sarvasaha Ahankara Vimodatma Kartakam Vidhi Manyate. The doership binds the other functions of the Andakarana. Because of that, productivity gets reduced. When we understand the truth, the doership becomes lightened. So what happens? Each faculty functions at its optimum. So that is the reason behind the improvement of yoga activities and benefits to the students. This is one of the benefits from the point of productivity. From the point of lightness and calmness to the mind, I want to refer the sloga Yatro Paramade Chittam in 6th chapter. So that kind of mindset happens when we get uplifted to the higher self. The last line says, Tam Vidya Dukkha Samyoga Viyogam Yoga Sankitam. So the loss of eyesight was not bothering me because that is Dukkha Samyoga Viyogam. It is happening only to the body or through the body to the mind and not to me. So this kind of deep understanding came into my mind and it gave me higher boost to the getting more and more benefits. So nowadays it is possible to be happy without anything. Just but prarabdha is there. So I am useful to the people. So let it go as long as Ishvara wants. So in this activities, my wife is taking care of all the parts of where eyesight is required. That is asana part, and she is also a yoga teacher. And the students themselves help. And my son-in-law is also a follower of Adi Shankara. So my daughter also getting benefit because of my inclination towards Vedanta. She also developing. So this kind of benefits we cannot get from anything from anywhere in the world. This is the ultimate benefit a human being can get. So here I want to tell a few things that when my physical independency is totally taken away by prarabdha, and also opening the eyes is a project. The flashes will, as a torture like second degree interrogations, from where I get happiness other than from the self. So when it can happen to a person who has lost eyesight, what about other sincere seekers? This is the question come answer. And nowadays we are having yoga, spiritual sessions with creativity also. Lot of animation video, a patented 20 minutes program of self-knowledge through videos. We have got a residential course also, because as long as I am able to share the benefits of this unparalleled subject, that has to reach as many people as possible. So that is the purpose of human life. So here now present my life is just I will tell few more minutes. I think I can have it. So once you understand the truth that Advaita, I am not different from Brahman, then worshipping puja becomes a glorious activity, just like the baby adoring the mother. So the one sloga says, Dvaidam mohaya bodhat pra jate bode manish laga pujartam kalpidam dvaidam advaidadabi sundaram. So I enjoy my puja also, because once I come to know that everything is Ishvara, the speaking is Ishvara, the intellect is Ishvara, the body is Ishvara, mind is Ishvara, then where is the worry will be there? So that is the calmness and cheerfulness that Advaita Vedanta gives to us. And here I will tell our curriculum with respect to spiritual studies to our student. First, I tell about the meditation. So, Anatma Sri Vigraham, that says any achievement in the life is of no use without knowing yourself. Ena swatma naiva sakshat krudobhut. Anything in the materialistic world, achievements is nowhere. Taittiriya Upanishad also is telling that is in 20 minutes I have to tell. Taittiriya Upanishad is telling the benefits of the person who understands the self is 20 zeros followed, one followed by 20 zeros. That much power, to the power of that much, we cannot know how many crores. That is the Ananda Mimamsa says. That is true. So I start with the essence of Anatma Sri Vigrahanam to the spiritual students. Then most of them are in 20s and 30s. So instead of directly telling Vedanta, I tell Ekaslogi, that is another logical proof for the self. And then for accepting the self, I tell another Adi Shankara's glorious gift, Pradas Smarami, Kriti Samsparadatma Tattva. So once they advance in spiritual studies, I tell them, as soon as they wake up, mind comes, I tell them, bring this sentence to your mind. I say like this: I am what I was half an hour before in the deep sleep. Because deep sleep is the closest state to the self. Maybe Anandamaya Kosha, but still it is almost the closest state. So then I am, just when the mind comes, just bring this thought, I am what I was half an hour before. Then put the costume of Nama Rupa, the name, form and function, and take part in the family life or in the official life, professional life. And whatever the happening, unexpected thing is suspense and surprises. So where is the worry? The life is a cosmic drama whose director is the Ishvara, and we play our role. Only difference is we don't know our role. So this is the beauty of Adi Shankara's Advaita philosophy, and this should be known to maximum number of people. So that's what the number. Now the time I have to understand, so that if anything more is there, I can share with you. Otherwise, what is the time? Almost 40 minutes. So this way I will end up my talk. Now if there any questions are there, my website is there, educational blog is there, YouTube channel is there. There also you can ask the questions afterwards. Otherwise, now itself I will be available for you for some more minutes to explain or to answer whatever possible questions. There's also nothing but Ishvara's blessings and my Guru's blessings. So I can end the session now with the slogan. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you very much.
Oh, I am totally spellbound by your lecture and by your story. Inspiring is simply and grossly inadequate word for the story. Starting from natural calamity of losing eyesight, compounded by losing wealth, and reaching the complete tranquility of mind in a span of 10 years by just Vedanta philosophy, a contemplative listening, and to worship nullification. Wow, it's fantastic. One question is there from the person here is that uh, he says that my aunt is 80 years old now, and she is now attempting to understand Bhagavad Gita. She is finding it very hard to grasp, even though satsanga online, shared Chinmay mission videos, etc. Any advice from you? How may I assist her? Will check. He will check definitely your website also. But if you got few words of advice to her, like you said, that contemplative listening and doership nullification, etc.
So yeah, the thing is that age factor may play, because the eligibility part, the focused mind, concentration. So what we say, Vedanta is for a, when it is taken as a vaccine, immunization, it will be better, because we cannot teach yoga for a person who is having arthritis. So as per the grasping power of this one intellect, it has to be done, because it is intellect, cognitive acceptance. Lot means for more than half an hour, 1 hour concentration span is required. So that way she has to do. So eligibility criteria, then once the eligibility preparation is more than 50-60%, this will form a positive cycle and it will take up. But only thing is that basic eligibility criteria like priority, concentration, and logical thinking, all these things are required. So at the age, I don't know whether 80, so it is possible. Otherwise, bhakti is one of the things, and the progress in the quest of the truth will be taken up in the next one. That's what Bhagavan is telling in the 6th chapter, Parthanaivaika Namutra. So she can progress, but to understand the ultimate truth, if she has to take one more birth, it's no problem. She can pick up the thread and do. So this progress is one way, it will not come back. So better to be in this study, and any personal discussion she can have with me. So depending upon the language proficiency, then I will be able to little bit whatever thing means, by God's grace can help. So preparation and priority, systematic approach, regular and logical thinking and understanding capacities are required.
That was the fantastic advice, because tatratam buddhi sanyogam labate parvodehikam is the only solace for the person who starts late. Of course, there is a long journey, and aneka janma samsiddhis tato yati parangatim is the right advice. I'm really fascinated by your so illuminating story. It's fantastic. My sashtanga dandavat to you. Sashtanga dandavat to you. Thank you very much. We are now proceeding to the next session. If you want to be connected with the audio and video, you just disconnect your video and put audio mute, and then you can enjoy the listening or reading or viewing the next program. Thank you,
Jayakumar. Thank you very much.
And we are definitely extremely moved by the story, starting from where and in the same life you got the tranquility of mind. That's really outstanding, and I'm sure that your Sri Gurus have played vital role in this entire journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you.